And as we all know, that this software has been already introduced by HiTarget for more than 2 years, and we would like to introduce more about it to hopefully to help you to extend your fieldwork ability. So my presentation consists of 3 sections. First is for the HiSurvey overview. Second is for the key features of HiSurvey. In this section, I would like to give you some introduction about some polyline collecting, polygon collecting, and row construction function. And for the third part is for the other handy functions of HiSurvey. So let's continue. The first section is the HiSurvey overview. For this function, for this software, I think you have already been familiar with. We have, when you enter into the software, we have 4 tabs here. The first is the project tab. In this project tab, you can managing the projects, like creating the project, like loading the project, or you can set the parameters for the projection. And also you can dealing with the points, raw data, and you can transfer the data. And also, if you can back up your data in this project tab. Second tab is the device tab. It's mainly dealing with the GNSS receivers, connecting, disconnecting, setting, base or over, or you can use it for register. Or you can use that with serial port debug function, which may be very helpful if you need to reset or you need to customize your motherboard output. And also we support the static survey. And third tab is the survey tab. And here this is the main function for the HiSurvey app. Yeah. So you can click not only points but also polyline, polygon. And also you can stake out the points, stake out lines. What is more, we support the row function. As we all know that this app name is HiSurvey row. And for the row function, I will also introduce it later. And fourth tab is for the COGO, which may be frequently used for some special occasions. In this tab, you can find the functions for measuring the angle, measuring the azimuth, measuring the distance and area. And also for some special measuring, like some special places which you cannot get there, you can use this function. So this is how this software has been organized. And if you think this kind of launcher, you don't like it, then you can change it. So you can go to the project tab, you can find there's a icon called configure. Then you can click it, scroll down, you can find there's an option called theme. Then you may find there's 3 kinds of types for the launcher. First is list, second is style box, which has already been our default setting, and thirdly, simple. And this is how it looks. The left is the style box, and this is the most classical one, and the second is the list. So all the options are organized by the list from 1 by 1. And third is the simple style. And personally, I like the simple style because it is the combination of the functions coming from different tabs. And if I just use some of the functions, I don't need some other things. So I can just put the things I need here. Then maybe I just need to connect the devices and then disconnect setting, and then to stake out detail survey and to the row design. Then all the icons here can meet your most of the requirements. So you may find we have many icons in the tabs, but if you think it is too much for you, you don't want to see so many things on your screen, you want to clean it, then you can remove it. It's easy to do that. You can just keep pressing the button. For example, let me press the HPC icon. Then I may see it will be changed. So I can delete it now. Then if I think I have deleted something by mistake, So just go back to the project tab, click configure. Then scroll down, you can find there's an option called module recovery. So click it, then you may find the icon, the module which had been deleted by us is there. So you can tick it, then click the recovery. Then the icon will be there, will be recovered. So a part of that, you can also remove or recover in style list in simple style in these two other styles. So it's the same operation. Yeah, and second section is for the key features of HiSurvey app. For these features, there's a feature list approximately roughly divided into 4 parts. Part 1 is for the graphical features. Part 2 is for the road construction. Part 3 for the ability with V90 Plus. Part 4 is with the Kogo. So for Part A, Part 1 graphical features, we all know that HiSurvey support collecting data like the point data, polyline data, polygon data. And also we support the points sticking out, lines sticking out. And also we will support polygon sticking out in 2017. So I think hopefully this function may be much helpful for you. And thirdly is for the background importing. For the background, we support the data format like ED2, EDT, which are the data format coming from HiQ GIS, our GIS data format. So that means you can import the satellite image or the GIS vector data for your reference, or you can import the data of DXF and use that as a background. So I'll go with the collecting part. And I think everybody of you know how to collect the points. So let's neglect that and just go continually with the collecting polyline. And in the details of this screen, you may find there are two bars on each side of the screen. And we can find this icon like this on the right side. So we click it. So then we enter into the polyline collecting mode. And then we can go and collect the points by the button. And then we go and click, click, click. After the collecting, when we find that it is done, then we click this button again. So the polyline has been finished. So it is also the same way, similar way for the polygon collecting. Just find this symbol and then click it, because in the polygon collecting mode, you can start to collect the points for the polygon at the boundary points. And then when you finish it, click the button again, then a polygon has been established. So you can find an icon on the left. So click it, and then you can check the features. You can check the details of this polygon, like the area, the square meter area, and the length of these places, and even a tag. And after that, also there's a sticking out features for our users, because we have an arrow for the sticking out. As you can see from the screen, when this guy started to go to stick out, the arrow shows the right direction to the target points. When it is in green, it means that approximately you are on the right direction. If it is in the yellow or red, it means you are in the wrong direction. And when you are getting close to the targets, the big arrow will be disappeared. Instead, there will be 3 more small arrows showing you how to get there. And once you have located the places, there will be a voice prompt coming from the devices. So similar way for the line stakeout. Yeah, then part B is for the road construction. HiTarget has supported the road construction function for a long time. However, maybe some of our clients, some of our users, they don't know how to use that. They don't know how to put that into practice. So in my presentation, by this chance, I would like to give you such kind of introduction. For the road construction, firstly, we need to design. We need to design the road files, then otherwise the software cannot help you to stake out. And also when in the road construction projects, you need to stake out, you need to collect the points in so many stages. And also you need to calculate earthwork, either to fill or to cut. So when we try to design, what we need to design is the sections for the center line, for the longitudinal profile, and cross section. So when it comes to the center line design, there are three methods for the center line design. One is the intersection, second is the elements, third is the coordinates. They're all supported by HiSurvey. Let me take the elements, for example. For the elements methods, you need to input the lines, you need to input the arc and transition curve. So how do we do that? Come to the element tab, then we click Start button. Then we may find we need to start, give the station a number and the coordinates of this station, and give it an azimuth. So if you start with the line, then you can add another line, or add the arc, or add the transition curve. Then we can click the button View to preview the files that which we have designed to check whether we have made something wrong or it is correct. Thirdly, we can apply it in our project, or we can load a new file from our database, or we can save it for some further application. So after that, you can make a preview, and we may find if it is wrong or right. And for the profile design, we need to input the height of the gradient change points. We need to input the mount edge of gradient change points. Let me make an explanation. Let me explain here. The mount edge in this software means the chain edge. So maybe different places they have different glossary for this word. So mount edge of gradient change points. And also we need the slope ratio 1 and 2. 1 is for the slope ratio backwards, and the slope ratio 2 is for the slope ratio ahead of this gradient points. And fourth and fifth is the radius. When it comes to the cross-section design, we need to design it with the slope ratio and the distance for different points, for different grade changing points. So we can also make a preview for these files. So you can see I have ticked left and right identity. That means the right is totally copied from the left, just like a mirror. Okay. So since now we have already finished all the road design files, and then we need to import it, then we can go out and stake out. So what we need to stake out is the points from the polyline. And also we need to stake out the points of the side of the road corresponding to different points in the center line. just like this. This is all the side points which has been staked out and they had made a mark there. So for high target, firstly, if you want to stake out the points, you need to design the files, which we have already done, and you need to import the files, centerline, profile, and cross section. And then when you go back to the row stakeout UI interface, you may find there's already been a set file has already been displayed here. And let's go to start to collect. You need to stake out by mount edge. Click this point, click this button. Then we may find there's a milestone 1, and then there's a step. The step means the interval of each milestone. So that means after you have collected 1 point, or you had stake out 1 point, and then you click the button again in this interface, the milestone will be 11 automatically. Then we store in the points during the stakeout. That is what we usually do. So I stake out, and I also make a stake out, and also store the points. So from this image, you find that I have already stored 3 points from the center line and 6 points of the side points with the offsets. So they are the edge and they're the center. And points 7, 8, and 9 are on the one section, cross section. So another function is for the storing cross section, because during the road construction, no matter you dig or fill, after that you need to store the cross section again to check how much net you have to fill, how much net you have to cut. So this function is very useful. Go to the tab Survey and click button Store Cross Section. Then you may find there's a section here in the screen. So I need to go to the section and to collect the points. So you may find in my image I have already collected 3 sections with the points. And then we can do the earthwork calculation to check how much I need to fill or how much I need to cut. In this function, I will give you a start station and end station. So he will calculate the earthwork from this point, from the start station to the end station. And I have 2 methods here. You can see we have 2 methods here to calculate the earthwork. One is the average area. This kind of method has been widely used in China, and I think it also may be popular in your places. It's a popular method and very simple, easy, and you can get the result quickly, very fast. But the problem is that it is not quite accurate, so you need to consider that. And the pyramid mode may give you a very accurate result, and it can be especially used for some special occasion that with different, that the cross section is hugely different from the start station to the end station. So this is the result from every average area. And this is the result from pyramid methods. So you may find there may be a little bit different for such a short places. Part C is for the ability with V90 Plus. So we all know that V90 Plus is a very strong GNSS receiver, and there's a lot of smart sensors inside. So in order to make full use of the sensors, HiSurvey has equipped with the NFC function, so it can easily help you to establish the connecting. Even HiSurvey app will be run automatically when these 2 devices get close together. And another function is for the tilt survey, because there's a compensating algorithm in HiSurvey, And also for the auto record, which may be very convenient, is based on the electronic bubble function from HiSurvey. Yeah, since I think most of you have already known about the details of the features of V90 Plus, so this part is very brief and very short, just a simple introduction. And for the D part is the Kogo. These are all the icons coming from the tab Kogo, and just like what I showed you, point A, point B are known points, and also sometimes we may know the angles, and also maybe we may know the range or distance from the unknown point to our known points. So maybe the point P is the places where we cannot get there. So we use this function to help you to solve some embarrassing moments. Thirdly is our other handy functions of HiSurvey. The first handy function is the serial port debugging. It is in the tab device, and you may find this is a console. So this function may be used for you to customize your motherboard output. Maybe you need to change the output frequency, or maybe you need to reset your motherboard, or maybe you need to change another port to output your NMEA. So you can send a command here, and then the receivers will do whatever you want. And for high target receivers, you can take the command easily by the tick GGA, GSP, GSA. So these tips are only useful for high target products currently. And if you are connecting to some other brands, maybe you need to ask the provider for the commands. So part B is for the data sharing. We have the in-app data sharing in Project tab. Click File Transfer and choose the files which you want to share. And you can use the HiSurvey email server. Yeah, you're welcome to use that. And also, if you think you want to use your own, then just untick it. Then you can input the email, the sender, and the receiver. But also you need to input your password of your email box. So the files will be sent from Liading Hotmail to Liading Gmail, as this example. And second way is to sharing via apps. So this is the screenshot for the ES Explorer, or maybe you can use your own Explorer software. Then you may find, just located the things that you want to share, then click Share button. Then we can try to share via different apps. So we can share via email clients like Outlook, Gmail, or Yahoo, or something else. Or you can share by instant messenger, because different users have different messengers, so they can use the different things. It's highly user-friendly and user-defined. And C is the data backup. For every project, when you create it, it will be automatically restored or backup in the external SD card. And you can easily to recover it, the multiple files, just like what the video is showing you. So you click, you can recover the Rocky demo, then this one has been recovered. And then you can try to open it. Yeah, that means this file has successfully been recovered since it can be opened successfully. Okay, so that's the whole things that I want to help you to dig out. Now, HiSurvey overview, we have the layouts, we have 3 launcher types, and we can click polyline, polygon, we can do the rows taking out, points taking out, and also we have some other handy functions of HiSurvey. So I think this presentation can help you to understand more. So if you have any questions, just feel free to ask, and we are happy.
That's all about our webinar today. And as we have question section for our audience, if anyone has any questions, you are welcome to ask your questions. But due to the limit time, so we will let 3 audience ask questions in present. But you can also send your questions through our email, info@hightarget.com.cn. We will reply you as soon as possible. Anyone has questions? Okay. Here we have Alice. Alice study. Hello, and your mic is unmuted now. You can speak, please.
Yes, I want to ask why we can't use WhatsApp application for sharing files. Did you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please.
Hello. This is Adam.
Hey, Adam, how are you?
Yeah, fine, thank you. So, can you repeat the question and speak slower?
Yes, I'm asking why can't we use WhatsApp for sharing files? I tried it. WhatsApp doesn't show in the app, sharing applications.
So actually, like what I shared here, we can share via the in-app ways. Yeah, in-app. So in the Hi Survey, you can only share by the email, and if you exit, if you close the apps, then you can use any apps to share your data. So some users may prefer to use WhatsApp.
Okay, that is not my my main question. My main question is how to set out 3D polylines. When I'm setting 3D polylines, staking out 3D polylines, it doesn't give me the height that I should go down or up. It just states the difference of height between the start station and the setting out point.
Yes,
Do you have a solution for that?
Yeah. Currently we don't support the height staking out at this moment. So because if that could happen, then that means we can already offer you the polygon staking out. Because in polygon staking out, we also support you to stake out with height. So I believe this function will be released in 2017. Just means this year. So there will be an update.
Okay. Do you have time for another question?
Yes, please.
Do you have time for another question?
Yeah, I have. Yes, please.
Okay. When importing the XF files,
I'm sorry?
all the DXF file when importing the XF file.
Okay.
From AutoCAD.
Mm-hmm.
All layers shows in the same color, which is black. Can't we have colored layers in the DXF files importing?
But currently it's not possible. We will do that in the future. Because, I think I know this feedback from you for a long time.
Okay. So, still one question.
Okay.
The Galileo and QZSS buttons keeps on turning off.
QZSS?
The buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the QZSS and Galileo buttons in the V90
Mm-hmm.
Keeps turning off. Every time we should go in and turn them on. Is that normal, or there's something to do with it?
So do you mean you're asking me why it is always keep turning on?
Yes.
Because currently, as you know, the Galileo is more and more useful right now, so we just keep it as a default. And also for V90 Plus, you can track the satellites coming from Galileo at this moment. And also the same for QZSS. So if you need to turn it off, you can just, maybe currently you need to turn it off manually. But I think it's easy for us to do that. We can do that for you, so you can change or not. So in the future. So I'll record it. Thank you for your feedback.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I hope that we meet soon.
Yeah. Okay. I think I can meet you in China.
There's another question. Do you have time for it? Adam,
Yeah. Yes.
do you have time for another question?
Yes, please. No problem.
Okay. You know the pole height, when we
Sorry.
need, we used to have an option in RTK Road that to set the pole height before starting surveying.
Pole high.
Now it does not feature. Yes, the pole height. You know, the stick pole, the surveying stick,
Surveying
the height
stick.
of the pole.
Okay. Okay.
That doesn't feature in high survey. If we want to change the pole height, we need to save a point. Then we will start using the new height. Can't we? Is there any possibility to have survey setting the pole height before starting the survey in the rover settings?
Yeah. Frankly speaking, I'm sorry for this question. I have no ideas about that, but you can send me the email here so I can reply you for this question.
Okay. Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
I will send you this one. And finally, one other final question, and I'm thankful for your patience.
Okay. Yeah, no
When we
problem.
want to export points,
Sorry, you want to?
when we want to export points, if we export points, all points are exported together. The stake points, the coordinated points, and the control points. Right? Can't
Yeah,
we have separate files?
I think you mean you are trying
Can
to
we
export
export only
by the raw data. Right? I think what you're talking about is normally when you try to export, you export the raw data. But actually, you can just export by the collecting points, not just stick points.
Okay, so we can export every kind of point separately?
Yes. Yes.
I would like to see how it's done, this feature, if you don't mind.
I will try to do that, but there's no control at this moment. So can we try to use the email to make you a screenshot?
It's not urgent case.
Yeah. Okay.
We can discuss it over mails or something.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Because we have technician guys to. So I think you have know them already. So just tell them and copy to me.
I will see them soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will meet them.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Adel, for your patience. Thank you for your effort. I really
Thank
appreciate your support and backing up our team. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Who still have question? Who still have question? If you have your question, you can tap the yellow hand to ask your question so we can see your hand. Hello? Okay. Here we have Mr. Ga. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Speak please.
All right. Thank you for your presentation first. That's amazing. I do learn a lot from that. And I think in your second part, you mentioned that this software can calculate the volume of a cut and a fill automatically, right? So my question is, how does this software conduct the earthwork calculation and how accurate it is? Could you explain them for me in more detail?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the question is, how does it comes out? Right? How to calculate? How can you calculate?
How to calculate and how accurate it is.
Okay. Let me go back to my slides as an example.
Yeah. This seems like some words like geometric change detection, so you can just feel confused about the old and the new landscape. How do you get that?
Well, I think that you can see that before we start to do the road construction, you need to fill some files. We need to do the designs. So what we need to design is the center line, the profile, the cross section. So with the help of the profile and cross section, the app may calculate it. So this is the base for the apps. Then you try to do the cross section storing for the real situations. Then he will make a comparison between the effect that you want to get and to the current status. So that means you will collect the points which we are going to make the road to collect the current cross section. How does it look like? And then the app will comparing with the files in the apps, just coming from the profile, coming from the cross section. So he will give you the results, how much you need to cut and how much you need to fill. And also, like what I mentioned, there are two methods here.
Yeah.
Method is one is for the average, second for the pyramid. If you want to get a very accurate part, that means that at least you need to store the points, store the detail points with the small interval. So, and then you need to use the pyramid method to get a higher accuracy result.
Oh.
But I think the average one is already useful. You don't need to do that pyramid method, as long as it's okay for your client. Am I making sense? I hope my answer may satisfy you.
Yeah. Your answers to ask to reply to my questions. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gao. Okay. And that is our poor town. Okay, this is our pool terms. We have 3 pools, and please fill in options in the form to share your feedback for this webinar so that we can provide better audience experience in content and design and organization aspect. And we have our second pools. And now we have our last pools. Thank you. Thank you for your pools. Dear target webinar attendees, it has been our honor to organize this webinar and share our up-to-date technical knowledge with you. And we thank you sincerely for your attention, care, and support in helping us with providing better service quality. Thank you all for your presence, and we look forward to having you as our attendees in the next high target webinar. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.